Hello everyone and welcome back to CountryCast. Today's news story is a bit of a shocking one, and it surrounds Charley Pride and his secret son, Tyler Pride. Pride passed away back on December 12th of 2020 at the age of 86 years old after contracting the coronavirus. And according to the Dallas Morning News, since Charley Pride's passing, a man who is calling himself the Secret Son to Mr. Pride has filed a lawsuit contending the will of the country music legend, claiming that he is Charley's unacknowledged biological child. And before we get into the will dispute, we are going to talk a little bit about the backstory of Charley Pride and the 41-year-old police officer, Tyler, who is claiming he is Charley's secret son. The Dallas Morning News reported that they were able to obtain court documents back from the year of 1992, where Smith County District Court in Texas recognized results of a DNA test and proclaimed that Charley Pride was Tyler's father. That same court ordered that the 13-year-old child, Tyler Tynes at the time, change his name to Tyler Pride. The court did not stop there, and it was also demanded that Charley pay $92,000 in back child support pay and start making monthly payments of $4,000 to Tyler's mother. Tyler's mother's name is Joyce Ann Tynes. Now, in the same Dallas Morning News article, Tyler was interviewed where he said, "I've always known he was dad from day one." He also noted that his mother, Joyce Ann Tynes, had divulged the information to him when he was old enough to comprehend said information. Tyler gave backstory as well on how his mother met Charley Pride and explained that his mother was a flight attendant and met Pride on an airplane. He also claims that the two were involved with one another in an affair that went on for an entire decade. During the same interview, Tyler also indicated that it was actually Pride's idea to have a child with Tyler's mother, regardless of what it may have done to his reputation and career, based on it being a relationship that was happening outside of a marriage and the fact that it was an interracial relationship. Tyler Pride alleges that the country star regularly visited him as a child. However, once Charley's wife, Rosine Pride, learned of the affair, she refused Pride from continuing to visit. The visits may have been cut short, but Tyler advised that he would still talk to Pride about 3 to 4 times a year, and that Charley wanted to have fairness across the board with all of his kids, but because of the complex circumstances, he needed his home life to remain in order. So with this little bit of backstory now, let's go ahead and dive into the lawsuit. Again, Tyler Pride has filed a lawsuit contending the will of Charley Pride. This suit was filed back in May of this year and alleges that Tyler is the unacknowledged biological child to the country legend. This suit was filed in a Texas court. And in the will, according to the Dallas Morning News, Charley left a will notating 3 children, Dion, Carlton, and Angela, and it reveals that the executor of the will is his widow, Rosine Pride. Charley and Rosine were legally married to one another for 64 years. And in the interview with Dallas Morning News, Tyler revealed some of the reason as to why he even filed the suit. Tyler said, "To find out what I'm entitled to." And he also is alleging that he was never even told about his father's sickness or his passing. He noted that he learned the information from a friend and was discouraged from attending the funeral, and he was never even told about where Pride was going to be buried. Charley's widow, Rosine Pride, provided a written response to the Dallas Morning News article regarding the lawsuit filed by Tyler, stating it is heartbreaking for Tyler to try to tarnish Charley's reputation and break Charley's estate plan in the hope of getting more money for himself. Rosine also accused Tyler of only calling Charley when he wanted money and saw him as what she described as a cash cow. Rosine Pride believes that this filing is out of greed. In her same response, however, Rosine did wish that Tyler will find peace in his life, but that this shows how little he knew about his father because Charley would never be bullied and neither will I. According to Rosine Pride, she claims that Tyler threatened the lawsuit if his demands were not met. Now, this is not the first time that Tyler has filed suit. The Dallas Morning News also reported that Tyler Pride filed a suit against his mother back in February and obtained a restraining order stopping her from seeing his children. According to the Morning News, in that suit, it claims that Tyler's mother stalked him and his kids for a decade and alleged that his mother committed emotional and physical abuse. So, a pretty shocking story indeed surrounding Charley Pride and the apparent secret son, the 41-year-old Tyler Pride out of Texas. Guys, please let us know your thoughts down below in the comments, but for now, that will be it for this developing story. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, turn those notifications on as well, so you never miss out on any breaking updates surrounding your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. Y'all stay country.